In this video, I'm going to show you how to extend the background of your photos using Photoshop. Let's go. So before we get started, if you're looking for more tips, tricks, hacks, tutorials, and other design inspiration videos, then make sure you click that subscribe button. And also don't forget to hit that notification bell to get notified every time that I post a new video. So you may have done this before where you've downloaded an image from Unsplash or Pexels and it looks like the perfect image. Then you bring it into Photoshop and you just wish the background would be a little bit bigger. Maybe you want to try and fit some text in that graphic and the background's not big enough to put the text in. So this is a way to extend the background, keep the subject the same size, but make the background bigger using Photoshop. Let me show you how. So the first thing you're going to do is get your artboard set up. I've got an artboard of 3840 by 4800 pixels here. You can use any size artboard, this will work, but this is just a good artboard size that I use for my Instagram. So the first thing to do is bring your image in and put it in your artboard. So what I've got here is an image from Unsplash. I'm just going to drag that in and place it on the artboard. Now you can see this has got a very plain background and this works well, this effect, for backgrounds for like photo shoots and things like that, because although it's a very plain background, you can't just replicate this with a paintbrush tool because there's shadows, there's differences in color from the top to the bottom. So this is really where this effect comes in handy. So now we've got that image in place, what I'm going to do is go ahead and just reduce the size of that like so. Now the normal way that you would do this is there's something actually called content aware scale. And you'll go onto YouTube, you'll find this effect, and this is how most people try and make the background bigger while keeping the subject the same. The problem I found with that effect is it only goes so far. So for example, I'm going to show you what content aware scale looks like on this image, and you can kind of see where it starts to fall apart. So first thing we're going to do is right click and we're going to rasterize that layer. So we go to rasterize layer there. Then we're going to go to edit and then content aware scale. Now if I bring this out, you'll see it looks pretty good, and then now you'll see the arms get really big and it starts to make the image look disproportionate. So we'll make that even bigger, and now you see that the guy's arms are huge and his head's tiny, and that's not what we want. So we're going to go ahead and go back to normal, and now I'm going to show you the method that I use, which I found works much better. So we've got that converted to a layer, or rasterized the layer by right clicking and clicking rasterized layer. So what you're going to go ahead and do is select all the areas on the artboard that don't have a background right now. So you're going to go up to the select tool here with the kind of like the rectangle with the dotted lines. Then we're going to select all the areas on this artboard that don't have a background. So we're going to start with this top part here, and you want to overlap just slightly into the picture. So that's the first part. Now hold shift, and this is going to help us add a selection to the current selection. So then choose your next section, and then keep holding shift and add your third section here like this. So now we've got a selection around the image of where the background hasn't been filled in yet. The next step is to go up to edit, down to content aware fill, not scale. And then what you'll see is it automatically selects the area it doesn't want to pull information from. So all of the green area is where this effect is going to pull its information from. And so if this appears and it looks a little bit like it's maybe the arm showing here, what we can go ahead and do is use the paintbrush tool up here, select the minus button, and then just remove some of those things. So you want to make sure the subject's not really in the selection. If that happens, you'll start to get some weird like images show up in the background. So just make sure that your subject is kind of removed and that anything that's in the green is going to get pulled into this image. So now you click OK. Now we have a background that looks exactly the same as the image. So if you hit Command D on your keyboard, this is going to deselect it, and now this is what it looks like. I think that looks way better than the content aware scale, and it's a really easy technique. So the cool thing about this is it's now on an individual layer, so you can remove this if you want to and it doesn't actually affect the original image. Or what you can do is hold shift and then bring those two layers together into a smart object, and now you've got that as one image. And that really is how easy it is to extend the background using Photoshop. If you've enjoyed this video, then make sure you leave a like. It really does go a long way to helping this channel, and consider subscribing for plenty more videos like this to come. As always, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you again soon.